Baton Rouge. I was wearing a wire. I was going to meet Junior and buy an ounce of heroin from Junior. It's in the afternoon. Now I'm driving to park next to his car and getting in the car with Junior. And it's going to be a buy bust. That means whenever I give the code word over the wire for the bust, topside agents, investigators will rush in and arrest Junior in the middle of the deal. And they'll arrest me too, pretend to arrest me so I can maintain my cover for a few more months with Junior and his crowd. At the last minute, the topside investigators called in 2 uniform units to help out. But they didn't tell the uniform police that I was the police too. So as far as the uniform officers knew, they were helping arrest 2 heroin dealers in a car. So I get in the car with Junior, and as I get in the car with Junior and his suppliers, he's one of their workers, his suppliers have sent him with the dope. It's the first time Junior and I had ever met. I get in the car with Junior, and as I slip in the car with Junior, he's like this, and he's holding a .380 automatic. Well, a lot of drug dealers have firearms, and when you're undercover, but you seldom see their guns because they're put away or on. And every now and then they might have a gun out or stuck on them, but you seldom see one actually holding a gun, and especially you seldom see one wired like this. And he was wired. He was jumpy. He was suspicious. He was hyper. And I got in the car with him. He was like this. I got in the car with him, saw that. I was like this. We were both like that. Anyway, so what did I do? I want to make sure the topside investigators see they're listening to the wire over a receiver. The uniform people, they're in other units. They don't know about this. And the topside investigators hopefully are in range where they can hear. So the first thing I want to do is alert them to the danger. Hey man, gun? Why you got that gun? What I wanted to say was, the mic was right here. Gun? Why you got that gun? Man, you don't need no gun. Won't you put that gun away? You know, I was just praying they'd hear that so they know about the danger, when they're approaching. And of course, what am I thinking? Topside investigators, if a shot is fired from this car, they're probably want to be ruling the car and everybody in it, right? So I'm even more like this. Anyway, so Junior's like this. And if somebody came out of an apartment, start walking by and he jerks the gun up. Cars rattling behind us. He jerks around like this. Boy, anything that moved, he's got that gun up toward the window. And I'm thinking, gosh, we better get this on before he pops a cap, shoots somebody, a civilian or somebody. Or hell, me. Anybody. So I say, man, what about the smack? It's heroin. What about the smack? You got the smack? He's so wired up and he's so tense, he doesn't hear me. The smack. What about the smack? You got it? Here. It's like this. I look at it, I'm thinking, gosh, I better get the deal on. I reach in my pocket, pull out about 800. Here, I've got the money. It's 800, right? 800. 800, right? Boy, and you can feel it. Tension in that car just cracking. Our voices are raising. The tension's in them raising. My voice, I know, is getting close to cracking. His is too. He's like this, just rising. It's just sparkling in that car. And he's like this. And I say, well, 800. Yeah, 800. I say, hey, man. Code word for the bust is coke. Coke. Like cocaine. I say, hey, man, what about some coke? Can you give me any coke? I want to say, coke. Can you give me any coke? But I don't quite say it like that. What about coke? Can you give me any coke? Some coke, man? And about that time, when I say coke, we're in the middle of a deafening racetrack, thundering racetrack. Powerful car engines are roaring. You can hear the rubber just squealing. You can almost smell the smoke as powerful vehicles rush in at us from both sides with lights flashing. And when they do, he jerks up toward the window, which is open, with the gun to start shooting. And as he jerks up with the gun, I grab his arm with my hand over there and say, no! And he jerks away, and keep in mind, this is happening in split seconds, like that, where you don't have time to think, he's got a gun, he can shoot me, he can shoot, you don't have time to think, you just react. And I grab him, no, man, don't. And then he jerks his arm away, and I'm still trying to maintain cover, but I know I'm going to have to just throw away my cover and dive on him if this doesn't work. But this is happening like that. No, man, don't. He jerks it away, and I grab his arm again and say, no, man, it'd be murder. He stops, throws the gun down, picks up the dope, he throws that out, and as he does, hands up, hands up, hands up. And at my window are the two uniform officers. And they're pointing their .357s like this. And of course, the barrels, yeah, that's right. The barrels are cannons. You know, I was doing this before, I'm doing this now. Hands up, hands up, hands up! You know, they're just, a couple feet away. And I'm like this, I'm frozen. I know, please, hair, don't move, hair, don't move, don't anything move. Hands up, hands up! The others are on the other side of the car, but all I know, I'm in this zone where it's just me and them. Hands up, then one yells, hey, hey, they got a gun! They saw the gun. They got a gun! And when they said that, the two uniform guys are going, yeah, hands up, hands up! Boy, their faces are red, their adrenaline's pumping, and I can't put my hands any higher because here's the roof of the car, and I'm sitting inside. And hands up, hands, and then one yells, get out of the car, get out of the car. And I'm thinking, don't do this quickly, do it slowly. And I start lowering my right hand to get the door handle. So I'm doing like this, and as I do, the second officer yells, hands up, I said hands up. So I'm thinking, I do this, and as I do that, the first officer yells, get out of the car, get out of the car. And I yell, hands up, and I'm going, oh, hands up, man. And all they know is I'm disobeying their commands. I'm disobeying their commands. They're both, adrenaline's pumping. They've got tunnel hearing, and they've got tunnel vision. And all they know is what they're doing, and one knows I'm disobeying his commands to keep my hands up, and the other knows I'm disobeying his commands to get out of the car. Woo! And then, and I'm going like this, and then finally, one of the investigators ran around, jerked my door open, grabbed me, jerked me out of the car, slammed me against the hood, and slammed me again to make it look good, and I never felt so good to be manhandled by the police. Yeah, that's right, beat me up. And put the cuffs on me too tight. Threw me in the back of the car, and when I got in the back of the car, boy, I was all beat up, and I was thinking, damn, I never felt so good. It was a good day. I almost got shot by a drug dealer, and I almost got shot by the police. Thank God, thank God.